Okay, so now we're talking about episode 5 of RWBY Volume 3, Never Miss a Beat. This was an extremely battle heavy episode with two pivotal battles. Tournament battles, that is, not like plot battles. So, because these were tournament battles, and it was pretty much the entire episode tournament battles, knowing me, this should be my least favorite episode of the volume. However, it's one of my favorites. Kind of contradictory, but I'll explain why. The first battle I didn't really care for that much. It was just a generic battle. It was Penny and her teammate versus some members of Team Cardinal. I was surprised not to see Cardin Winchester himself out there because he's an asshole and he would probably be like, "Oh, I'm gonna baby you." Maybe he's delegated. You never know. Maybe he changed after the altercation with Jean in Volume 1. We haven't seen him, so we don't really know. I have a feeling we're going to see more of him before before the show ends, not maybe the volume, because let's face it, it's coming to a close somewhat soon. But so they defeated the Cardinal was defeated by Penny's team, and we find out that Penny is with an assistant that was hired to be with her, not actual teammate. Obviously, she's not a student. But we find out that she wants her teammate acts robotic, but is not a robot. She definitely probably works for Ironwood or is a higher up in Ironwood status. Maybe I thought she was a robot at first, but apparently she's not. So unless Penny is extremely naive about who else is a robot, maybe the robots aren't informed about who else is a robot. So so she was so we found out that Penny wants to stay at Beacon and has a plan on how to stay there without being stopped and obviously taken back by Ironwood. So that's an interesting development. We're probably going to see more of that either later this volume or early next volume, I assume. Depending on the track of this volume goes, we may not get to see some more school life. It could be a little bit apocalyptic with regards to plot, with probably everything they knew shifting. And the next episode I'm going to talk about next really does start that shift. But to continue on, no spoilers, this episode, that battle really ended. And we get to see the next battle, which is the next battle that Team RWBY is directly involved in, which is RWBY and Yang versus two people from Atlas, who you'd expect to be militaristic and formal and sort of Ironwoodish. However, they are extremely free-spirited, sort of very, very independent and unique people. And these are Neon Cat and something Cole, I believe. I can't remember his first name off the top of my head, but he's a little less significant in the scheme of the battle. My real focus for this battle is going to be on Yang and Yang, a little bit on Weiss, and mainly Neon Cat. Neon Cat was played by Meg Turney, who is one of my favorite people. There's no really other way to force it, because she's not an actress except for this role. So there's really no way to phrase her other than a person, and one of my favorite people working in media today. And I was so excited to see her. I actually have her autograph. I was unable to meet her because I was away, but my friends met her for me and got her autograph for me. So I have her autograph on my wall and right near my bed. So that shows you how up there she is on my favorite people kind of scale. And to see her performance, she was definitely a bitchy character, but I loved every minute of it just simply because she was performing in RWBY, and it was fantastic. Her performance was flawless for that kind of character. It was just this annoying, obnoxious jab, jab, jab character until you get Yang to snap, and then once Yang snaps, the anger gets the best of her, and that's how she can dive in there and use her techniques. So, but her jokes and jabs at Yang were just so hilarious. And Yang obviously gets mad, has a whole thing, and kind of flips out. But Yang and Weiss are eventually able to win, not without a cost, because Weiss loses her voice. Also, more hints that the trailer was real, that she is a singer. I wish we could see more of Weiss singing. I don't know if the voice actress that plays Weiss can actually sing. That's why we may not get to see Weiss sing. But there's always shows in Friendship is Magic. Do they do? Comment below if you know if Friendship is Magic, if they do separate voice actors for singing than just simply acting. But, sorry about that, I just ate my dinner. even though it's 1:54 a.m. Anyway, so to continue on the episode, that battle finished. Definitely a very well shot and choreographed battle. It's animation, but I still feel like cinematography is an important key factor in animation, despite the medium being different than live action, in which you have to direct things that are in front of you as opposed to create the things yourself. If you create poor animation cinematography, it looks like garbage just as much as live action poor cinematography would. But the battle cinematography is very good in RWBY. One of the best examples of battle cinematography in animation. And this battle is probably my favorite tournament battle so far. Definitely very entertaining and very energetic and upbeat. And the soundtrack to accompany this battle was great. It was jazz remixes of a lot of popular RWBY songs like I Burn. I think this will be the other. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what songs off the top of my head, but I'm definitely buying the Volume 3 soundtrack. It's just, if tracks like that are going to be on, it's amazing. It's probably going to be called Never Miss a Beat. It's just a sort of jazz remixes of popular RWBY songs from the past. And that was just great. I was listening to that, I'm like, oh my god, this is like an eargasm. It's so awesome. I like jazz music. I wouldn't say I'm a fan because I don't know any specific jazz artist or anything, but when I hear it in the background at places or something, I really enjoy it. So that was really nice to see like some of my favorite RWBY songs in jazz format. But yeah, to continue on to the plot elements. After that, we see Cinder makes a revelation that something changed, and then maybe she saw how Penny fought, and realized maybe she didn't realize Penny was a cyborg or a robot up until this point. And now that she knows Penny is a robot, she figures out that because of Ironwood's devices and technology, it seems like she's able to hack into Penny. And it makes me extremely nervous because Penny's such an innocent, naive character, and Cinder just taking her and turning her into one of her own, just by the simple push of a button, literally, is going to be so devastating for everything Penny's worked for. Maybe she'd be successful in getting her plan to stay at Beacon, and all of a sudden it would just be like, boom. She's repeatedly just a vessel for Cinder to enact her desires. And it's going to be so devastating when that happens, but it seems inevitable based on the conversations between Mercury, Neptune, and Cinder. But to go to conclusion, it seems that Crow comes up to the end of the episode. Crow comes up to Ozpin's office, and they are discussing their desire to pick a champion. We don't really know what the purpose of a champion is yet, but it discovers they have picked, based on the elevator shot at the end, they have picked Pyrrha. Now, this is Pyrrha goes in the elevator and gives a little evil smirk of sorts, which is a little confusing. Maybe that's Pyrrha's general smile. Maybe she's happy to be seeing Ozpin. Maybe she's excited for some sort of like personal conversation with Ozpin that she doesn't usually get to have. So I don't know, but when I first watched this episode, I now do no longer believe this, but when I first watched the episode, I thought, oh my god, Neo is fucking transformed into Pyrrha and is gonna fucking get information from Ozpin. But then, obviously, that didn't come to be fruition, but it seems like it would have been interesting if that happened, but I've realized now, based on later plot developments, that was a little impossible. Sorry, I got a little bit spoilery there, but by the time this is out, the newest episode is out, so if you're a RWBY fan, you've probably already seen it. But anyway, there's not much else to talk about. This is a very battle-heavy episode. Meg Turney's performance was phenomenal. Just the battle choreography and cinematography was fantastic. And there wasn't much plot development except for the little chunks at the end, but what are you gonna do? That happens some episodes. But anyway, that's it for this episode. Next episode, that's when shit gets heavy. Oh my god, the next episode changed RWBY as we know it, so I'll see you guys